Yeah, big welcome to you, Sagittarius. The Sun in Leo, fire, and you, the Moon visiting you, which is the subconscious, but also fire, brings a hot energy to us. And as you can see, it's in a way, I made this, of course, a little more watery, because in this forward bend for you, my dear Sagittarius, right? You are fire, you want to know, but this is the very interesting things. You also the philosopher, right? For you, the ninth house philosophy is saying, hey, look deep within. And now you're getting from the sun this unique constellation that happens only once a year, and that's the day when I give you the reading. Or it's almost like now this is talking to you and telling you, have a look at this, right? And I'm just the medium, I'm just the one that's delivering the message to you. So you get only once a month a reading, but that's enough. You don't need more than that, because again, less is more. So have a look in this moment, right? The sun in Leo, the moon visiting you. So fire and fire. So it's like there is stuff going on, right? When these two fire elements come together, one is a king and the other one is a knight. It's a different energy. A king sits on its throne already. A knight is still going and searching and looking for adventure, because that's your word, right? Your word is to have experience in this world, in your life. So this is what's happening today, right? This is the language these two planets are talking. Now, I want you to see the original card, right? So of course she is taming the lion. She has the Lemurian symbol over her head. She's taming, but also she needs that wild, otherwise she's just kind of plain boring. So these two need each other. Inhale, exhale, right? Silver, gold, then the sun around its head, the snake, the kundalini, the sexual energy rising. This is with the green and the roses around. These two give each other meaning, and that's what it is. Opposites. It's not just attracts each other, opposites give each other meaning. Then, of course, very quick, the lion breath, right? I forgot. Here you come into the center where spirit and matter and time and space are coming together in this crossing. This is where the now, the power of now is happening. And so you can release, even if you're not a Leo, but you can release through this message, right? Highlighting you, you can get this empowerment of saying, right? I stick my tongue out. Now, I have painted two versions of this, and I'm in the midst of shifting. So this is what they're going to look like. So these are a little bit older, but nevertheless still I will use the forward bend. So here you can see the Temperance is the angel, the guardian angel that I find within myself, that I find through this empowered hexagram, the blue, the feminine pointing downwards, the red, the masculine pointing upwards, and it's within that I find who I truly am, right? So here, of course, the two facing each other. So these are the two cups that are left in your card. This is the original card. This is the angel right here. I'm thinking of making out of these 5 circles, because you card number 14, that's like then the number 5. 5 circles. I think as well 5 is again the head, the 2 arms and the 2 feet, the pentagram. It's the empowered human being that's rising into the angelic realm here through this stream where the chakras are, where the crossing is, and it's the 10th pole is Samek, right? That's the name of this card, the Hebrew word Samek, the 10th pole. This is where this white angel is standing, and the Two of Cups, here you are, the Two of Cups have emerged from the lovers, right? The two human beings have now emerged into the Two of Cups and have been transformed. Here, this is your court card if your birthday is before that, right? This is November 13 to December 11th. If your birthday is on a day before or day after, you have a different court card. Please look in the description box below. Then you are Sagittarius, the element fire, of course. Energy, enthusiasm is coming to you all the time. Jupiter is your planet, Jupiter the wise, Jupiter the one that's saying, okay, I want to go into abundance, I go into the miracles, I go into the philosophy, because that's the 9th house, philosophy, right? You want to know, even though you go up and you want to be all about adventure, all about having fun, all about excitement, nevertheless, there comes underneath the philosophy aspect, because the archetypes that are connected to you are the philosopher, the searcher of the truth, the free spirit, the leader, and the researcher. Physically, your physical part that you have to be looking out for are your thighs and your veins. We like to eat on a fire day. All of us, we like to eat proteins. And of course, we are connected to the nervous system through this fire sign, right? Okay, so I have pulled already one oracle card and want another one from the mystical shaman. So on a day like this, where there is really two elements of fire coming together, right? There is discussions, there is heated arguments, there is energy, of course, right? Because both of them, Leo and Sagittarius, are both fire signs, right? And of course, when we look at it, it's saying, okay, you got to figure out not to be carried away by too much action, by too much doing, right? Because that's what these two, one is actually, of course, sitting on the throne, and it's already this, he's done, he's the king. The other one is still searching and going out for adventures. Okay, so the first oracle card is completion, the number 9. The number 9 is actually coming down from the Kabbalistic perspective, from 1 is up, or 0, right? The nothingness, the 0 is the fool, but it's coming down to the 9, and 10 then is Malkut, which is the earth. 9 is Yesod, and that's a psychological maturity that you have achieved in this plane, in this dimension. You have brought the spiritual message down. Now, interesting enough, the second card of Oracle that I pulled for you is alone. Alone means not that you're alone, but you rather want to be alone. And I understand, because the number 9 is connected, of course, to the 9th house, which is philosophy. And in philosophy, we go within. We want to be alone. We want to understand, what is all this about, right? These big questions, they come to all of us. But I guess they come to you right now very, very clearly, very, very strongly. Now for me, of course, 9 is also the hermit. The hermit is the one that is going within and is looking for answers. And that's also why you walking away, why you actually going deep within. Now you have as a lower body the nautilus shell, and the nautilus shell also here in your right hand holding another shell that you can actually blow the horn. It's almost like you could call someone and you want to be heard, you want to, but at the same time you want to be alone, right? You want to be with yourself. Now the nautilus shell has a very interesting pattern in itself, which is the Fibonacci spiral. And the Fibonacci spiral is for any prosperity, for any mathematical sequence, very important. And it's just one of those sacred geometrical number sequence that is quite empowering. So I feel you have come to that place, to that self-empowerment. You have started to realize, this is what I want. I want to be alone. I want to look within. I want to understand. And of course, after 9 comes the 10. And you have with the card the number 28. 2 is the High Priestess. 8 is Leo, right? So you have messages already that there is a spiritual situation going on. You want to go within. You want to have a look. And this is good. Very good, right? Because you are looking deep within. You're going into the forward bend, bowing down to your higher self. That's what I always say when they are coming down in this position. Good. So when we look now at the tarot, 6 of them, I don't do more for the public readings. It's a game, what's going on here. The 5 of Wands, which is Saturn in Leo. Right? Leo here, a very powerful figure, is influencing you, obviously, and is triggering within you to play a game. So have a look. Why are you playing a game? Why are you playing a game of chess? It's a game for kings. It's a game for people who have time. And I don't feel like this is something you would really want to do. You don't really in new games, but games, more fun games, not something so strategic, not something where you have to figure out, right, how to get rid of someone. It's more like you want to have fun, right? So here is something, and of course this can be a positive or a negative card because it's in the middle, right? So 1 is the Ace of Wands and 10 is the 10 of Wands. So let's see where you're going with this. And it's really important if whatever is around the card, I can see if this is more a positive thing, or because it's positive to play games and to be strategic, right? But if it's negative, then it's just we manipulate these people to play the game. Now, what of course comes after is the Tower. So I don't think this is really truly a positive game. I think here you are observing and watching something that's falling apart. Somehow you're still holding on to, but also you know it's gotta go. It's gotta leave. It's gotta just be gone, right? And it's the card number 16, and that's a 7. And the 7 is the 7th chakra in our yogic perspective. The 7th chakra is the crown, is letting go really of something profound. And still you're holding on, right? You want not really to let go. Now, it can also be that this is a certain kind of orgasm, right? A liberating orgasm, an orgasm that is awakening you, because what you got after is the Queen of Queens, right? Cancer. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of the Holy Grail. So in a way, it's saying, yeah, let go of what's not working anymore, release, and come into your healing, become this enlightened, empowered human being, right? This is the Queen of Cups, healing, profound healing, getting away from games, getting away from structures and from institutions that do not work for you anymore, and here liberating yourself. And then after, you are even healing the patriarch, which is this beautiful animal, the seahorse. Is the only male in nature giving birth to the babies. I mean, it's pretty profound what's happening here, right? Letting you know, yes, you gotta heal. You also gotta heal the patriarch, because that sometimes plays a big influence on us as well. I'm having a reflection here with the sun. Okay, I'm back. So I just had to get a little bit the sun out of the reflection. So what comes after is then the magician. And I can see, yes, you are going down or up, right, to the one. You want to understand that you are healing yourself, right? That you are saying, yes, I am the magician. I can tap into the one. I can tap into the understanding of when I am alone, the 2 and the 8 makes it a 10, and then the 1 is the magician, and out of that 10 I can heal. Out of that 10 or that 1, I am redirecting my path from a different perspective. The same then here. I let go so that new structures can be built. Down here, this is a Libra, right? And the Libra is here to be just. But nature is not just, nature is exact. And this exactness is now coming upon us, and that's why these old structures, why these things are leaving us. They don't make sense to us anymore the way they used to make sense to the old generation. Then in the healing of the Cancer, underneath comes the moon, and the moon is in your sign, right? The moon is visiting you. It's like a visitor. And here the moon comes up and saying, yes, look at these monsters, look at these difficulties that you maybe have endured in your childhood. Everybody has, you're no exception, but look at it closely and heal it. Let go, because there is only forward walking, right? Whatever is behind you, whatever is in the back of you, look forward, look to the healing, and shift that which can be shifted. Where is this leading you? To beautiful, the Ace of Cups, right? So again, you letting me know, yes, you go down from this fire energy. There's a lot of fire. You go into the water, and water is always healing. Water is always beautiful, right? Water is giving you the necessary emotional understanding, because you're getting it after you have healed, after you have let go of these games that are happening. A game of society, a game of conditionings, a game of programming. And it's part of the game here, it's part of this life here, is that we have to realize that whatever begins, that's also at the same time the end. Now you are a mutable sign. A mutable sign is the end of fall. And already you are at the end, right? You are the tail, but something is already coming and biting you and making you realize, hey, go within, because then comes this card, right? Then comes the next cycle, the next, right? Here is the 11th. It's also like, it's like 9, 10, 11, right? So you are clearly shifting in your awareness, in the way you see things, because one, the magician with the one, right? The magician is helping you to go away and say, I need to look deep within, I need to understand, I need to be with myself, right? And of course the moon, that is the number 18, that's another 9. 9 here, right? And it's clear you got to awaken, you got to look deep within, you got to go away, you got to look and say, I want to heal, I want to let go, right? Here you let go, right? This sexual energy also, that liberation, the true liberation that is happening to you, so that you are completely realizing that true love is the only love. Everything else, when you say unconditional love, there's still the word condition in it. True love is healing the world. True love is bringing the people. And of course the cards slided a little bit, and I see here the Cancer, right? You have Cancer here, so the healing has already began in the month of Cancer, when the sun was in Cancer, which was before Leo. And so now you start realizing more and more that something is 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 here because of what happened to you, right? You are realizing, here you are, here you want to find deep, true healing, and you will get it. You will get it because, like I said, you have the 9, and you already have the 10, and you have Justice coming as 11. Huh? So allow everything the way it is, but remember to understand that water is healing, water is here to cool you down, water is here to open you up to the number 1. This is the tool for the magician, right? He is, when you go down from the fire, when the fire is too much, when this game is too much, go into the water, go into the magician, and use water to cool all of this down, right? That's how we do it, because that's also water. For example, when you look at the flower of life, which I always have here, see it as you can empower the water even more, right? You can empower the water to such an extent that you say, I want to make a higher frequency out of it, and you can literally put this on your water bottle. Bottles can be bought already with this, but this is a very beautiful way of bringing the water to a higher energy level. And I think you should use water right now, because that's your healing. That's where you're going. You're understanding, I have to be alone. When you go into the ocean, you're not alone, right? You're never really alone. You just have to be with yourself and be comfortable being with yourself. That's your adventure, yeah? Or your adventure is now starting to go into healing, into understanding that philosophy, understanding the questions, why am I here? What is all of this is about? In the end, it's about true love. Can I love myself just the way I am, just the way I've been raised? Whatever package has been given to you is giving me the opportunity to grow and learn. There's nothing terrible that we do here that cannot be fixed, in a sense, in the other dimension, right? It's all a learning process. Beautiful, right? So beautiful. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's when now the sun goes into the 9. It's almost like it's already saying, yes, the Hermit, right? The Virgo, sun going in Virgo, moon again, of course, in your sign. That combination will be a completely different story that I can tell you. So I thank you so much for watching. Namaste.